last practice here. So what if we have a circuit where we've got 100 ohms, 200 ohms, and 300 ohms? How are we going to do that one? All right, so our total, RT, would then be equal to 1 divided by 1 over 100 ohms plus 1 over 200 ohms plus 1 over, let's write that properly, excuse me, 1 over 300 ohms, like so. All right, I'm going to type that into my calculator. I'm going to do 1 divided by, and then in parentheses, that first section, I'm going to go ahead and put parentheses around that first section as well. So basically what I'm doing here is everything that's under the division sign is getting an extra set of parentheses around it. That's why I have double parentheses at the beginning and end of this. So we've got the 1 divided by, and then the first one is 1 divided by 100. Okay, so that was this first little guy here. Okay, plus 1 divided by 200. Okay, second little guy. Okay, plus 1 divided by 300. Oop, it would help if I actually wrote 300 instead of 33. Like that. Close parentheses around this. And then we're going to add one more parenthesis on the outside to close everything that was on the denominator. Enter. Okay. And so I'm getting 54.54 repeating. So that's about 55 ohms. Maybe we could even just round that off to 50 ohms. Because if we round after the 5, if we just round off after that first significant figure, 4 is less than 5, so that would have to round to 50, not 51 or 55. So if that was a 5 here, if it was 55 here, then rounding off to 1 sig fig would actually be 60. 60. So this would actually round off to just 50 ohms of resistance if it was 1 sig fig. 55 if we were rounding off to 2 sig figs, because the number after the 4 is a 5. So round up. Okay, so final answer is 54.5454, blah, 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 which would round off to either 55 if it was 1 sig or 2 sig figs for rounding off after the 4, or if we round off to 1 sig fig, just 50 ohms. And since I only gave you 1 sig fig in each of these values, 1 sig fig would be the appropriate amount of sig figs to have in our final answer. Remember, if somebody wants you to give them an answer with more than 1 sig fig, then they need to give you numbers to start with more than 1 sig fig. I just gave you 1 sig fig, so your answer is just going to have 1 sig fig. There we go.